Everyone knows Bruno Mars, the performer. The guy in the gold tuxedo, the human jukebox, the man who made Uptown Funk a global anthem. But nobody knew the real Bruno. The kid who performed 1,000 shows before age 10. The teenager who slept in abandoned zoos. The man who lost everything to gambling. For years, he denied it. When the rumors surfaced about $50 million in casino debt, he laughed and turned it into a joke. "Keep streaming," he posted. "I'll be out of debt in no time." The crowd laughed with him. But behind that smile, something was crumbling. And now, at 40 years old, Bruno Mars has finally stopped denying what we all suspected. Not just about the money. About the childhood trauma that drove him to fame. The addiction that almost killed his career. And the real reason Jessica walked away. Bruno Mars was just 4 years old when most kids were still learning to read. While others played with toys, he was already performing 2 shows a night, 5 days a week. His family called him Little Elvis. Before he turned 10, he had performed nearly 1,000 shows. That kind of start builds something deep inside. But not what you think. When Bruno was 12, his parents divorced. The family act ended. Suddenly, there was no stage, no lights, no money. Bruno, his dad, and his brothers slept wherever they could. Sometimes in a yellow '93 Cadillac. Sometimes on rooftops. Once in an abandoned bird zoo where peacocks screamed all night. For 5 months, they had no electricity. He practiced guitar by moonlight because they couldn't afford lamps. At school, kids teased him for wearing thrift store clothes. He never forgot that. And that's where the problem started. The rumors began in March 2024. News Nation claimed Bruno Mars owed $50 million to MGM Resorts. The internet exploded. MGM quickly denied it. No debt, they said. But Bruno didn't deny it. He made jokes. "Ever since they said I'm on the hook for 50 mil, my phone been dry," he told a crowd. Everyone laughed. But here's what we didn't know. Bruno had already admitted years ago that he started gambling before he was old enough. He once lost everything in a poker game. In Vegas, high rollers often bet $50,000 on a single hand. The math made sense. And now, in early 2026, Bruno finally stopped laughing. He didn't hold a press conference. He didn't post a dramatic video. He simply sat down with a reporter and said the words no one expected. "I do have a problem. Not $50 million. That was nonsense. But I've lost millions. More than I want to admit." He revealed that his first casino visit was at 19, right after moving to LA. He walked into a poker room with $600, his entire savings, and lost it all in 20 minutes. "I had to borrow bus fare to get home. I cried on the sidewalk." The addiction followed him even after the fame. In 2014, during the height of Uptown Funk, he disappeared for 3 days in Vegas. His manager found him at a blackjack table, down $2.3 million. "I didn't even feel it. That's how numb I was." And then he talked about Jessica Caban. The woman who slept on an air mattress while he toured. Who stayed 13 years through the addiction and the outbursts. "She didn't leave because of the gambling," Bruno said, his voice breaking. "She left because I stopped talking. I built a wall so high that even she couldn't climb it." When she moved out in late 2024, he didn't chase her. "I was too scared to fight. Because fighting meant admitting I was broken." They haven't spoken since her cheering from afar comment. He's tried to call. She hasn't answered. Bruno checked into rehab quietly in 2016. Only 3 people knew. He's been clean from gambling for 18 months. But every day is a fight. Especially when the casino sends a private jet for you. Now, at 40, he's not promising a comeback album or a tour. He's promising something harder: honesty. "If I never sell another record, that's fine. I just want to sleep through the night without dreaming about that Cadillac." He stopped denying what we all suspected. The jokes were armor. The smiles were walls. And somewhere tonight, Bruno Mars is still fighting. Not for a Grammy. Not for a #1 hit. For a piece that fame and money never gave him. The applause will return. The crowds will cheer. But the silence? That doesn't go away just because you're a star.